Well, guys, the markets are getting pummeled yet again today. It's currently 2:30 p.m. on the East Coast. We have the S&P 500 down 1.1%. The Dow's down not that much, but still it's down 0.2%. The Russell's down 1.9%. And we have the NASDAQ leading the losses down 2.5%. So we got a lot to break down in this video. Charts, stocks, what I bought, and I did buy something earlier today, so we're going to talk about that in this video. But before we do, make sure to get your free money from Moomoo, up to 5 free shares of stock, each up to $2,500, and you have a chance at a free share of Twitter. Just use that link down below and get yourself 6 stocks from Webull, literally 6 stocks, free money, guys. Also linked down below. And with that being said, cheers, let's get into it, because again, these markets are a bloodbath. And I guess one good thing that we can see here is the fact that we have seen a bit of a rally off the intraday lows. You guys can see here SPY hit 386.96. Now it's chilling at about 392.50, so it is up 1.5% from that low point. And Triple Q, last I checked, was up a little bit over 1% from its low. Let's see here. It hit 282.25 when was that? In the beginning of the day at about 10:15 on the East Coast. Now we're chilling at about 286.50. So this is up, let's see here, about 1.4% from that intraday low. So what we're noticing is Snapchat, like I talked about in my previous video, completely shocked the markets yesterday, and that's what's caused this sell-off. But now we're trying to slowly climb out of the sell-off, although we're still down a lot. That's kind of what I'm getting, right? We got a big drop this morning, massive drop. We're talking in the first hour, the market sold off to 2.5%, depending on what index you're looking at. And since that point, like I said, we've rallied a good chunk. And now one spot that we have to look at, and let's be honest with ourselves here, is this point right here, which is still resistance, guys. It is right around 287 on Triple Q. 287, that's where we've struggled all day throughout the day today, and that was support in the pre-market and aftermarket yesterday. So that's huge. It was support. We broke under it. It became resistance. Now for this rally to continue, and by rally, I mean take that with a grain of salt, considering we're heavily in the red. I mean, this intraday push to continue from the intraday low, Triple Q needs to break 287, and quite honestly, 288. So I'm going to set my alert, create alert, mark is at or above $288 a share. We'll see what it does from that point in time on the intraday here. And for SPY, let's pull SPY up. And guys, make sure to subscribe, because we will break down, what happened in Power Hour in my next video today. So make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't done that already. For SPY here, we got to set an alert at about 393.40 or 50 rather. So let's do that now. Mark is at or above 393.50. That was the high roughly from pre-market and right when the market opened. So if bulls are able to break through that point into the 395 plus, area, level, whatever you want to call it, that is where, hey, maybe this intraday rally that we've seen now could continue. And one level that I'm watching heavily right now, and you guys probably saw it in the thumbnail, is this 3-year chart on Triple Q. Take a look here, and I'm not calling bottoms. I'm not saying for sure this is the bottom. Nobody knows where the bottom is. But based on this 3-year chart, which I did cover many times, I've covered this on the channel, and I talked about it weeks ago. I said, look, if Triple Q ends up going down to this 180 SMA on the 3-year chart, maybe we get some sort of relief rally. And look, we're getting pretty dang close, guys. Triple Q's now at 286, and on this 3-year chart, the 180 SMA is right around 270, and that is where we held the 180 SMA back in the March 2020 crash, which almost 2.5 years ago, you guys can see it hit 160, and it went on a crazy rally from there. Now, am I saying we're going to bounce off the 180 SMA here and hit all-time highs in a month from now? I'm not saying that, guys. That's very unrealistic. But I'm saying here, let's say if we do go down to 275, 270, could we get a rally back to 300, maybe 315, 320, I think it's possible. And you guys can see, if I zoom in a bit on this 3-year time frame, we got that rally back in March, and we saw a pop to the 50 SMA, and then we got hit, we got killed, and obviously we took the lows out. I could see something similar happening. We bounce on the 180 SMA. We get a rally to that 50 SMA anywhere from 320, 330, maybe even 350 if we do get a big rally. And then at that point, I expect the bear market to potentially continue. That's just the reality of the matter. But we are in due for a sustained rally. I'm still sticking to that. And we're getting close to that big support level on this 3-year chart. So keep that in mind. And let me see, are we in that same or near that same spot for SPY? Yeah, we are, guys. Look, SPY's now under 400. It's at 392. And the 180 SMA on this 3-year chart for SPY is right around 360, 370. I mean, we're pretty dang close. We get 1 or 2 more massive red days, and SPY's there. And at that point, like I said with Triple Q, I am thinking short-term rally is right around the corner. And you guys can see here back when this crashed in March 2020, we did get under the 180 SMA for a little bit. But then, as we knew, the Fed was going to have our back. They were going to pump money. We started recovering, and we got back over that 180 SMA. So very interesting levels. We're at very interesting spots right now for SPY and Triple Q on these longer-term charts. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to let me know and smash that like button if you haven't done so already. And now let's talk about kind of some stocks on my watch list that are still crashing and kind of what I was doing or what I did earlier in the day. So earlier in the day, and all you guys in my Patreon know, you get all my buys, sells, call outs, what I'm doing throughout the day. You get morning videos, all that good stuff. That's linked down below, by the way. I bought more Facebook. We talked about it, right? I put a buy order in at $176, and I think it was 60 something cents. Let me double check here. Do I have it? No, it's not on my iPad right here, but it was right around 176. I bought more Facebook today, and it was right around the bottom. I'm not trying to call the bottom or say I'm a genius, but this this dump that we saw got me to get shares under 180, which is what I wanted to. I wanted to do that. I mentioned that in my video this morning. And yeah, I mean, look, there was a point last night or yesterday after the bell that I wanted to buy Facebook at 180. I didn't. I waited, and I got lucky, I guess you can say, because it dipped to 176, bought more there, and now we're back to 180. So at this point, I'm not saying I'm done building my Facebook, but I'm done buying it for now. I don't want to buy more in the 180s. Maybe I do. Maybe one more, tranche or whatever you want to call it. Maybe one more buy order in the 180s. But now I'm really going to be patient with it and see if it comes down into the 160s, 50s. I'm not for sure saying it will do that, but if it does get down to that point, if it takes the 169 low out from the end of April, that is where I'm going to be buying more. So I'm being patient. I got my 176 buy order in. 155, 150, that's where I would want to buy next to really start bringing my average cost down. Because if you guys recall, I initially bought Facebook an initial little position when they reported earnings back in February after the dump. I remember I bought it at 238. Bought more all the way down, and now my average cost, I have to double check, but it's got to be low 200s, if not high 190s now, because I have bought these past couple of weeks in the 180s, 190s, 170s now. So I'm bringing that average cost down. That is really the goal. And again, if it gets down to 150, under that even, under 150, I'm going to be loading the freaking boat on Facebook, guys. And look at Snapchat. It has not recovered yet. It's still getting slaughtered. Now Snapchat is under $13 a share. And look, it's down 43%. I mean, I can't even, is this real life? I mean, Snapchat in one day is down 43%. We're talking, this was it still is a multi-billion-dollar company, but we're talking Snapchat's market cap, guys, was pushing $100 billion at one point, or was it over $100 billion? It might have been. Now it's at $21 billion. So that means yesterday it was $40 billion. I mean, isn't this just nuts? These market caps are changing like crazy. And I guess when it was $80 a share, assuming they haven't really diluted shares, but when it was at 80, it had to have been over 100 billion market cap, or 80 billion, 90 billion market cap. So this is nuts. It's now a $21 billion market cap. and it could continue to go down. Who the heck knows? And at this point, you guys know I hold it in my speculative, in the speculative portion of my portfolio. I'm not buying more, and I'm not selling. Like I said in my earlier video, what's the point of selling right now? I'm just holding on to it, and at the end of the year, if I'm still down massively, which most likely I will be, I'm just going to tax loss harvest. Boom. Why not? I could use it for, to save on the tax bill later in the year. And you guys know that's going to come sooner than expected, or faster than we all expect, right? So Snapchat continuing to get destroyed. That's what's going on right now. We have Google down as well, 5.7%. I'm not buying more Google until it gets to 2000, 1950, 1900, preferably 1800s. That's where I'm looking to buy my next batch of Google. AutoZone, if you guys saw, reported numbers yesterday, or maybe that was this morning. Either way, and they're up 4.3% right now. They did EPS of $29.03 versus $26.05, and they did revenue of $3.9 billion versus $3.71 billion. So nice double beat for AutoZone, and it looks like it's trying to fight out of that 50 moving average on this 90-day chart. And if I pull up the 4-hour, you guys can see we're trying to fight around these moving averages here on this time frame as well. So I'm going to set my alert at $1,900 for AutoZone. Mark is at or above 1,900. And we'll see what it does from there. And if you guys haven't noticed, I actually changed my ThinkOrSwim setup. I'm starting to personalize it, or I want to personalize it a bit more. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. If you want me to make a tutorial on how to do that, I'd be more than happy to do that. But I'm switching it up if you guys didn't notice. And the last one here is Costco, which is it's making a pretty big move today, up over 1%. Well, I guess it's not that big of a move, but still up over 1%. It hit my alert earlier. I think I had a $430 alert or something like that. And looks like we're getting some sort of relief rally in Costco after it got way oversold. And they report earnings in 2 days, guys. So keep your eyes on that one after the bell on the 26th. Who knows? Maybe, Costco could have a move up towards that 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, putting it near the mid-high 400s. I'm not saying for sure, but that is what I'm watching for, as it is starting to see this relief rally here. So I guess that's it. Markets are getting thrashed right now. I will make another video later on today, but for now, that is it. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, get your free money from Moomoo up to 6 stocks or 5 stocks from Moomoo, and you get a chance at a free share of Twitter depending on how much you want to deposit. If you deposit at least $2,000, you get a free share of Twitter guaranteed, and you get 5 stocks each up to $2,500. Great deal, guys. And if you don't want the free share of Twitter, you just deposit $100, you get the other stocks, and you could also get 6 stocks from Webull guaranteed with any deposit. That is also linked down below. Make sure to also join my Patreon as well if you want. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.